Hey guys, Furum here, and today I am presenting my second video about the SLK Special Edition. If you haven't yet, I would recommend going and watching the video where I talked about me winning this car, as there's a lot of good information in that about it. So, as promised, I have tuned about 100 rank higher to a rank of 1152. So my tuning is 0300 and my Pro Kits are 4040. This is the most efficient set of Pro Kits upgrades for the best speed. So in this video, I will be showing you all 6 sequential races that I played in this car. All were done with risking points, which gave me extremely good matchmaking, which has been proven by multiple people, including Dr. Illusion and me, to be true. Risking points virtually eliminates the hazard of coming against cars more than 50 above you, and it makes it so you come across cars up to 100 below you. When saving points, it is opposite. You get cars 100 above you or more, and only about 50 below you. So yes, always risk points. So the SLK at this rank can reach 282 miles per hour. By far, way faster than everything else at this rank. At least 50 miles per hour faster, I would say. Now, Munich is definitely not one of the SLK's best tracks. One of the primary reasons probably being the great turn coming up, and also because this seems to be a track where you hit the sides a lot. At least I find myself doing that. And yeah, that causes it to lose a lot of speed. And while it still will beat pretty much everything on this track, it will certainly be a bit more of a fight. So on the second lap, I actually managed to lap someone. You see this little green dot? Yeah, the SLK is so powerful that I managed to lap someone twice in this video, actually. So yeah, that doesn't happen in too many other cars. The SLK certainly does not take this turn very well. You could certainly take it better than I did, but it will lose a lot of speed no matter how you take it, since the SLK doesn't micro drift very well from my experience. So we didn't have great competition in this race, but in the next race I came up against a Porsche 959. Who we'll see was at a rank of 1080, and he is triple boosted as well. So even though the SLK does start up extremely slowly, it's better than still a few other cars in the game, notably, well, starter cars, I guess, without tuning kit nitro starter. So it's not like it's slower than literally everything like some people make it out to be. And this 959 is going about 60 miles per hour slower than me at this rank, so I just kind of fly past him. There is literally nothing at this rank that can compete with the SLK on practically any track except for another SLK. And I suppose a higher ranked Cobra or M2 or something like that, but with risking points, you're really not going to find many of those. And you would still probably be able to beat them on most tracks, but they would be a bit harder. I think this tune is very good for people who want to stay out of where the bulk of the SLKs are going to be, which is 1250 to 1300 ranks. So yes guys, if you manage to win the SLK and haven't tuned it too high yet, and you don't want to face a lot of other ones, this is really the tune I would recommend. Obviously, you are still going to see some, but it will not be as many, and always be sure to risk points. So we have beat this 1080 Porsche 959, and I'm just going to speed this up about 4 times while we wait for him to finish. Still waiting. And 30 seconds later, he finally finishes. So now we have a race on Area 51 against an M2 and a Range Rover and another SLK as well. The M2 tries to knock me down at the beginning, as any good M2 player would, but then he just falls away. Now, you will know if there's another SLK in your race, if you're in an SLK, by if there's someone who is going nearly as fast as you, because there's no other car at this rank that can do that. And you'll see here, there is another car that is, while being quite a bit further behind, is still sticking fairly close to me. No other car would be able to do that but another SLK. And as we'll see at the end of the race, it is another SLK. Now, I believe going down here is better in cars that are greatly top speed oriented and do not have very good acceleration. Because while it is longer than going the ways with the fans and all the ramps cause it to lose a lot of speed, and if you have bad acceleration, well, that's not good. Plus, this way is just a lot less risky in my experience from going the other way. Because if you're going too fast, you can wreck on a fan and get put way back, and it's really just not worth it if you're in a very close race like this one. So yes, if you're in an SLK and you get this track, going down there, I believe, is the best way to go through it. So we've beat this other SLK who, let's see, what was his rank? He was slightly lower at a rank of 1138. We also beat that 1111 BMW M2 and a Range Rover who disconnected. So now we have another Range Rover and another 959. Now I was getting a slight bit antsy on this race because I actually voted 3 laps as I always do in the SLK, because it usually forces a 2-lap race in case, say, I get knocked down at the beginning by a faster car and I can't catch up until the 2nd lap for some reason. But in this race, every single other person in the race voted 1 lap, I believe, because it ended up being, well, a 1-lap race. And I've already passed everyone. So now I went around here because the main reason being I did not want to risk falling off, getting put way back, losing a bunch of speed, and not being sure of winning. Again, as I've said in previous videos, I do not like to take unnecessary risks in multiplayer. And while it probably would have been fine, it would still have been a bit of a risk that I did really not want to take. And it has ended up fine. The China tracks are also some of the worst for the SLK, I believe. Definitely not the worst, such as a Sector 8 track would be, but because they have a lot of sharp turns, at least some of the variants, they are ones to probably stay away from if you have other better choices. So we finished ahead of that 959, which was, I believe, at a lower rank than me. It was an 1111 959, also triple boosted. You may not think there's many rating points to go around for a Champion League player down here, but I actually went up a few points in each race that I played, except for the first one in Munich, I believe, in which I stayed even because there was literally nothing there. So now for an interesting race against another SLK and a Cobra. The Cobra tried to knock me down, and so I was pushed into this little area over here, which nobody actually really goes because there's really no point to it. And here I made sure to not go up the big ramp. That would be almost disastrous for a car like this one, because it just would really slow you down a lot and you lose a lot of speed when you hit the ground. Yeah, it's much better trying to take the turn. And I've already passed everyone as well. That Cobra there is at around the same rank as me. If you've got a Cobra, the best rank to tune it to is 1234, which is 0500, 5050, or adding 1 and 2 to Nitro on top of that. But the problem is, now that the SLK has come out in such greater numbers than it was before, the Cobra isn't quite the multiplayer beast as it was before. Oh, it's certainly still really good, but it will lose to SLKs. But will still beat pretty much anything else all of the time, except for BMW M2s on some tracks. So we have beat this other SLK Special Edition, which was triple boosted and exactly 1 rank higher than me, and the Shelby Cobra, which was also exactly 1 rank higher than me. That seemed like a very strange coincidence to me. So now for our final race, which is on Tokyo against another SLK, the same one we faced last race, Casval R, and a BMW M2 as well. So the M2 doesn't actually start up all that much faster than the SLK because he was not able to catch up to either of us at the beginning. Now this other SLK behind me, the one that was 1 rank higher, goes approximately the same speed as me, maybe just slightly lower. Now I made sure to get all of the nitro that I could through here because I knew if I ran out of nitro in this tunnel up here and he didn't, well, I would probably get knocked down, and because he goes the same speed, there would be no chance of me catching up to him, unless he made a mistake as well. So thankfully I had nearly full tanks going through this tunnel because the SLK has very bad nitro efficiency, and I was able to stay in nitro most of the way. I know I said in my previous video that I wasn't sure if wagging was such a great idea in this car, but I still think it is going to be the best idea if you have run out of nitro. Especially in a place where there isn't much nitro coming up soon, because this guy was catching up to me quite fast, and I can only assume that if I ran out of nitro and didn't wag to regain it, he would have caught up to me. Now this ramp here, if you're in a fast car, never flat spin. You can flat spin on the second one and third one, but I believe he flat spun on the first run and got hung up and fell down to the bottom layer. I don't know if that's happened to you guys, but it has happened to me multiple times where you flat spin in a fast car, you hit the ramp, and then the game forces you down onto a lower platform, right down there. That would be especially bad in a bad accelerating car like this one, because it causes you to lose, well, practically all of your speed. So it's much better to run out of nitro a little bit and lose maybe 10 miles per hour than to wreck or get behind by 20 seconds. So we lapped someone at the end there, and we beat that other SLK, as well as an 1171 BMW M2. Let's see how long it takes that M2 to finish. So I don't even have to say whether this car is worth it or not. Yes, 100%, it most certainly is. I think it is probably one of the most worth it cars in the entire game to get. And the M2 finally finished 48 seconds later. So guys, thank you all for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and found the tips in it to be helpful, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt 8 videos. And I will see you later. Goodbye.